Hi and welcome to everyone watching this edition as we got horses to follow. We're going to go through race by race selections, the GTV selection show, and we are racing at Hollywoodbets Durbanville. This is for the Wednesday meeting on the 12th of October. Joining me in studio, none other than Warren Lenferner. Welcome, Warren.
Thank you very much, Sheldon. Lovely to be in studio with you and to go through the race meeting for Hollywoodbets Durbanville. And let's go on then and share with the viewers what we like for the day. And of course, as always, we'll end up with our shortlist. So, all good. Let's get cracking. And 7 races on the card. Interestingly, 7 races, but any racing's good racing.
100% right. 7 races on the card, so 13:30 will be the first race. Just having a look at the anti-post betting. Number 4, Fleeting, is 5-2. Number 3 is 28-10. Number 6, Academic Gold, is 3-1. And number 1, Perfect Trust, 33-10. So Warren, looking at the top 4 runners in the betting, there's not much to separate them on the betting.
Not much to separate them at all, no. I do quite like number 3, Putra et Moa, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Very consistent filly, and I think she's going to be one of the leading lights here. Healthy respect for number 4, Fleeting, for Brett Crawford, Keegan DeMello, and 54 kgs neatly drawn. 3 and 4 for me, race 1, Sheldon.
I've got to agree with you. Between numbers 3 and 4, I think they are the 2 horses that will fight it out. I'm going to go slightly with number 4, Fleeting, with the 54 kilograms. Number 3's got the 56 kilograms, so there's only 2 kilograms between them in the weights department. But when it comes down, push comes down to shove, we're going to go with numbers 3 and 4 in race number 1. So we'll move along to race number 2, and looking at the anti-post betting for race number 2, which will be contested over a distance of 1600 meters, dual fit 1400 hours. And in race number 2, number 7, Ready or Not, is 22-10. Number 11, Professor Snape, is 5-2. And number 12, Nevada King, is trading at around 9-2. Looking at this race, number 11, Professor Snape, has been gelded and came to KwaZulu-Natal with quite a reputation. Runner-up in both his runs to date, so he'll be a force to be reckoned with. And then Warren, number 7, Ready or Not. When he came to the course after that first run, 3rd to Royal Victory, the talk was out that he's a horse who's got a future and a lot of ability. So I think this is going to be one of the races of the day. Absolutely,
and my comment in the official computer form here that I've written in is Ready or Not, I believe, is a nice colt in the making. He ran to Cousin Casey in the gate crasher. Yes, I know, never really shone, but it was a good effort. He came back and ran a good second to Dowser. So yes, he looks to be a lovely horse in the making. Professor Snape, we loved him when he was racing here in KwaZulu-Natal. He certainly caught our attention. There are a few others with chances. Nevada King certainly going about it the right way. Cider House Rules could have a place chance. There are a few others, Sheldon, but from me and I think from you, 7 Ready or Not and 11 Professor Snape look to be the principal contenders.
Those are the 2 runners that we will be following. And number 7, Ready or Not. I think that last run on the poly track, I remember Dowser. I think Richard Ferry rode him on that occasion. He made a telling move around the turn, and I think Ready or Not was just caught a little bit flat-footed, and he'll probably be a better horse on the turf.
Certainly will. And Keegan DeMello, we know about Keegan. He's riding so well. Let's move on then to the 3rd race. And the 2nd race was the first leg of the Pick Six, and the 3rd race will be the first leg of the jackpot, bearing in mind there's only 7 races. 2:30 for the maiden special weights, Sheldon, fillies and mares over the 1600 meters. And no, we didn't study the form together. We didn't go through the meeting together. But the odds-on favourite is number 4, Rafif's Choice, at 8-10. And we'll see in the shortlist section last time that we all like Rafif's Choice. As I said yesterday, the stable of the Andre Nel stable are a little quiet by their high standards. They're having their places, but the win just eludes them of late. But this could be the turning point for the yard. Top quality establishment, top quality horse people there. And Rafif's Choice, I think, is going to be the firm choice of many. My value in the race is number 6, Trip to Barberton.
I got to agree with you. Number 4, Rafif's Choice, does look pretty tough to beat. And if you look at the last effort, came from 10th position, was beaten just over 3 lengths at the post. Going to really enjoy the step up to the 1600 meter trip. But Warren, just looking at the race, being a maiden special weights race, you could be onto the right value horse, number 6, Trip to Barberton, with just 54 kilograms on the back.
Yeah, absolutely. That's going to help Richard Fourie in the saddle and improving every time. And first time out, beaten 12.5 lengths, then 8 3/4, 4.5. So every time Trip to Barberton comes to the races, she learns and she's getting closer and closer. So yeah, Rafif's Choice, Trip to Barberton, maybe some exactas could be the way to go.
So we'll try the exacta route, and if you're brave enough, take the exacta straight line. If you're not, box them, and hopefully you come out on top. At 3 o'clock, 1500 hours, will be race number 4, which will be contested over a distance of 2,000 meters. So they are starting to stretch them out. Looking at the 4th race, number 4, Future Turn, well overdue at 3-1. Number 1, Run Rudolph Run, is 9-2, and number 2, Quasimodo, is trading at 11-2. Warren, let's kick off with number 4, Future Turn. 58.5 kilograms on the back, another maiden special weights race. So you've got to look at the best weighted column and see which horses got the more scope for improvement to come. But touching on Future Turn, steps up to the 2,000 meter trip, and this horse is knocking hard at that door to open.
He's been costly to follow, from my perspective anyway, Future Turn, and I'm sure from the punters as well, because he's been odds on in a lot of his starts and beaten odds on. He's knocking, as you say, knocking loudly at the door. I'm not turning my back on him at all. He's going to be given another chance. Generous odds this time, 3-1, around 3-1 at the time of recording. Richard Fourie is going to ride for Justin Snaith. Big chance. But in this race, Sheldon, I thought all of numbers 1, 2, 4, 9, 10, 11, 12. You know, if you weren't going to go and bank a Future Turn, there's a couple of horses that I feel have to go in.
Now let's talk about number 2, Quasimodo. This is also from the Justin Snaith stable at 11-2. In racing, there's no rule. Sometimes you can back 3-4 horses in a race and still make a profit. So if you like Future Turn at 3-1, have a bet on Future Turn. But for me, the value at 11-2 is number 2, Quasimodo. A fair third last time out, has been very consistent. And Warren, for me, the turning point here could be 53.5 on the back. So the race could really map out for the stable companion number 2, Quasimodo.
Absolutely, and the cozy draw of 2 with Grant van Niekerk, certainly, as you say, around 11-2, 6-1, Quasimodo, going to be a big runner, improver, and certainly can play a role in the finish here, Justin Snaith's horse. Okay, let's move on then and talk about the 5th race. So just to reconfirm, the 4th race, Sheldon's value there is Quasimodo. Race 5 is a handicap at the 90 level over 1.8 kilometers, 1,800 meters. Again, as we go along, it gets more and more competitive, but 6 Lion's Head is a horse that keeps me interested. Certainly got the breeding to go with it. Dean Calamere, Keegan DeMello, fairly generously priced at around 8-1. Chavoot's doing well since going down to the Cape and since relocating to the Vaughan Marshall stable. What else, Sheldon? Galactic Path at 28-10 favourite, going for 4 in a row, not impossible.
This is the type of race where I think you either got to go 2 or 3 runners or the field. I'll be looking to go the field, and just looking at the runners, a horse like number 5, Arctic Drift, the What a Winter, has notched up 4 wins to date from around about 28 outings, is trading at around 7-1, and let's just have a look. A fair 4th to top quality, 3 runs back, the average rating was 100. That was in the Greyville race when beaten by Xavion. So a horse who has got the ability to come forward. But as Warren mentioned, one of those races, Lion's Head number 6, a horse that you certainly have to consider in race number 5. That'll take us on to race number 6, which will be due off at 16:10. And with only 7 races on the program, this will form part of your last double. 1,250 meters is the distance for race number 6. And year number 4, Champion Warrior, is 22-10. Number 5 is 9-2, and number 8, Superior Leader, 5-1. 1 Swift Action is 11-2, and number 2, All Lit Up, is trading at 7-1. When it comes to race number 6, let's touch on number 2, All Lit Up. Came through with a good finish last time to beat Street Outlaw. But when you dissect race number 6, you can throw a blanket over this field.
A lot of horses that are consistent. This horse, Champion Warrior, could be absolutely anything. The twice-over colt for Brett Crawford, Mr. Gudgeda and Loyola McNotwa, neatly drawn. He's probably going to be my narrow first choice. Going back to All Lit Up, fabulous win last time. He put in such a powerful finish. He really won cozily. JP van der Merwe keeps the ride positively drawn. But as you say, lots of others with chances. Swift Actions got solid form. Varistocracy at around 13-1 could be the value. Poltergeist has got a chance. And there are a few others still to mention. But interesting race. Yes, certainly. What price? Around 6-7-1, All Lit Up. Certainly a horse that's attractively priced. And this horse, Champion Warrior, I'm looking forward to seeing him run because he could be absolutely anything.
I think we're both in the same camp. An unbeaten horse is always very, very dangerous because you're not sure how good they are. This could be feature race material. And just getting the feeling first time out, the money did come for him. And the son of Twice Over won very impressively over the course and distance. So we'll be looking to go 2 from 2. Number 4, Champion Warrior. That is the horse they all have to beat. Number 2, All Lit Up. That'll be the horse to throw into the exactas and the trifectas. Now, different strange end to the meeting, only 7 races, so make sure you get all your exotics on at the right moment. Race number 7, due off at 16:45. This is over 1,400 meters. Another interesting race here because you got number 1, Runaway Song from the Justin Snaith team. He's got a 50% win strike rate, 4 from 8. He's won his last 3 races very impressively in KwaZulu-Natal. You got number 2, Bright Green, who's chalked up a 104. He's a horse who's got the ability. And then horses like number 7, Port Louis, and number 8, Silvano's Dasher. You have to be impressed with that last win.
Very, very impressive. He's by Silvano out of a Western Winter mare. The pedigree's there. He's a 4-year-old, lightly raced. Keegan de Mello again. We're singing his praises. And why not? Because he's having winner after winner after winner. So he's a jockey in form, and you follow those that are in form. So very impressive winner last time, Silvano's Dasher. Runaway Song. I know, he's won 3 in a row. It's tough for 4 in a row, but he gets gate 1. He goes back to Cape Town. He's attractively priced at around 7-1 at the time of recording, so I'm going to certainly respect him for trifectas and quartets at that price. Bright Green looks to be progressive. So yeah, an exciting race and some good horses running, Sheldon, but Silvano's Dasher, based on the way he won last time, he's going to be my narrow first choice in a competitive race.
100%. You were touching about number 1, Runaway Song, who's trading at around 7-1. Now, if you look at the form lines, he's run to be behind Swing Upon a Star. He then beat Seamaster, who's come out to frank the form. So the form lines are looking good. And when you weigh him up against the rest of the opposition, he's got the 4 wins under the belt. A good a chance as any of winning. Before
we go on to our shortlist, 2 runners I'd like your opinion on. 7, Port Louis, and 12, Hammy's Hero. What do you make of those 2?
Very interesting runner, Port Louis. This is a horse who's won twice over his 6 runs to date. He's been runner-up on 2 occasions. He's got a rating of a 103. Very courageous last win. He lost a length, he hung out, but he fought on courageously. So I think he's a horse that you have to follow and throw in. And the other runner that you mentioned, also worth throwing into the trifectas and quartets. So all in all, another one of those races of the day. When push comes down to shove, it's going to be a very, very interesting contest. And that is race number 7, due off at 16:45. Only 7 races on the card. So let's head on over to the short list, and it is going to be a short list, so we're going to guide you through those, and I'll give you my short list first up, and then Warren will conclude and give you his runners to follow. When it comes to the place accumulator, as you can see, not thinking out of the box. Race 2, number 7, Ready or Not. Hopefully he is ready. If not, next time out he'll be the horse that they all have to beat. Race 3, number 4, Rafif's Choice. Tailor-made race. You heard Warren say the stable's looking to change fortunes, and this might just be the horse that makes the difference to the stable. As you know, the horses and stables do run in cycles, and I'm also going to make that a pick 6 banker. Race 3, number 4, Rafif's Choice. So pretty short list for me. Warren, let's see how you go.
Thanks, Sheldon. Thanks very much. Here's mine. And I must just make it very clear that we didn't study the races together, but Rafif's Choice, we're all singing the praises of Rafif's Choice, so we like that. Place Accumulator Banker. Then Champion Warrior is in the 6th race, number 4, Champion Warrior. I just want to double check. Yeah, he's a son of Twice Over out of a Fastnet Rock mare. Race 6, number 4, Champion Warrior. And then in the 7th race, number 8, Silvano's Dasher. Certainly could be a Place Accumulator Banker. Horses to watch out for in the 3rd race, number 6, Trip to Barberton, could be the value. We're big on Rafif's Choice there, but for swingers, exactors, etc., don't leave out number 6, Trip to Barberton. But that's a wrap for the race meeting that's going to take place at Hollywoodbets Durbanville, Wednesday the 12th of October. From Sheldon Peters and myself, Warren Inferno, we wish you and your families all the very best and happy punting.